Welcome to the fourth week of our Lenten presentation. This week we focus on Barabbas, and in particular, the choice that Pilate made in releasing Barabbas instead of Jesus at the insistence of the gathered crowd. We in the Exodus are humbled that so many of you are watching and listening to these reflections. And we look forward to joining you again next week for our final presentation in this series.
On the occasion of the Feast of Passover, the governor was accustomed to release to the crowd one prisoner whom they wished. There was a notorious prisoner called Barabbas. He was in prison along with the rebels who had committed murder in a rebellion. The crowd came forward and began to ask Pilate to do for them what was accustomed. Pilate said to them, "Which one do you want me to release to you, Barabbas or Jesus called Messiah?" Pilate knew that it was out of envy that they handed Jesus over. While Pilate was still seated on the bench, his wife sent him a message. "Have nothing to do with that righteous man. I suffered much in a dream today because of him."
The chief priests and the elders stirred up the crowd to have Pilate release Barabbas for them instead of Jesus. Pilate again said to them in reply, "Then what do you want me to do with Jesus called Messiah?" They shouted again, "Crucify him!" Pilate said to them, "Why? What evil has he done?" They only shouted the louder, "Crucify him!" So Pilate, wishing to satisfy the crowd, released Barabbas to them.
Jesus' fate was in both the gathered crowd's hands and Pilate's. How quickly the chief priests' voices were able to persuade the crowd to turn away from Jesus. In spite of all the goodness that Jesus brought to so many, the voices of injustice and insecurity were stronger and louder that day. Unfortunately, Pilate became a follower and not the leader. Have you ever made a decision that later you regretted because you didn't have all the facts? Jesus was crucified, and Barabbas was set free.
He cured the sick, healed the lame, was denied.